Hey, Outright Geekery, how's it going? I'm here to talk some comics today. Yeah, I know you hear the voice and you go, oh, you should be on radio because you have a face for it. Yeah, I kind of do. So, we're going to talk about some of the books that dropped this week um, and the return of a big staple to Marvel with the talk of the New Mutants movie, TV show, um, depending on how you look at it. Marvel has announced that they are going to be bringing the New Mutants back to the color pages with a six-issue miniseries called Dead Souls this March. And it will also be featuring some, from what I hear, some people from X Factor. No, not the singing show, the X Factor team. So, what we've got going on is a six-issue limited series debuting in March, and you're going to have Matt Rosenberg from Phoenix Resurrection and Adam Gorin from Rocket are going to be part of the creative team on this. So it looks like it could be pretty cool. The book seems to find Magic, Wolfsbane, Richter, Boom Boom, and Strong Guy coming together. So we'll see. The cover that I've seen looks pretty cool, but we'll let it see, and hopefully somebody from our outright geekery team will hop on this and write something up for it. Right now, on top of a couple other reviews, I'm working on a Valiant year in review. So I'm reading my big old heart out of all things great and Valiant. And look forward to that, and I'll be talking more about that in the weeks to come. And yes, I know, my Clark Kent head. Other things going on. Let's talk about some books that are dropping this week. The big Marvel hot pick for this week, I'm going to have to say, is X-Men Blue 16. It's the first part of the Cross Time Capers story arc. And it's not one that you're going to want to miss. So, and I don't say that very often from Marvel because I am all Venomed out. Sorry, Marvel guys. I love Venom, but Marvel seems to, and they've done this since I was a kid, when a character comes off and they're hot and they're popular, they oversaturate them. DC does it too, dare I say, Harley Quinn. And I love Harley, but, you know. So let's talk about some books that dropped this past week in the two big Marvel DC universes. So Kurt Busiek and John Paul Leon are doing a Batman Creatures of the Night square-bound miniseries. And I was attracted to this, I have to tell you, because I've been a Batman fan since I was like 3 years old. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am now. But what got me was the cover. And the cover in the foreground shows this little kid in an old 1960s, 70s Ben Cooper Batman costume, which I wore for at least 7 years in a row. So that's why I bought it. I got to sit down and read it today, and it seems like it's going to be a good story. I'm going to hold off my adulation until I've had a chance to read the entire thing. But that's one. A big one on the Marvel is Moon Knight 189, which is part 2 of the Crazy Runs in the Family Story arc. But this is part of, yet again, the legacy numbers. So we had that, and obviously we all know it is annual month at DC. And this week it was pretty much all annuals, and Batman annual, pardon me, dropped. And everybody's hailing this as a key, claiming this is the first date of Batman and Catwoman. Well, I've been reading the book, and I'm sorry, folks. If you're waking up next to Catwoman every day, you have definitely had more than one date. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But they're trying to blow this up into something, and I haven't read it yet, so I can't speak on the story. But it's been selling out in a lot of various shops. So a lot of stores don't go huge on the annuals because sometimes they're a tough sell unless they're part of, like, you know, a big story that people are actually buying. Other things we have, Spider-Gwen 26. That's getting a lot of pump from what I'm seeing. And a lot of that's due to the cover. And I do like this cover. I was actually tempted by the cover, but I've had to cut back because I went from living in a big house to a small apartment, so I'm cutting back. Very cool cover for all you Venom fans. Venom 158. And it's got Venom and Kraven the Hunter on the cover. And it looks like the original Kraven the Hunter. So, that's actually a pretty cool looking cover. I wanted to hit my mark on a few non-Marvel DC things. Some things from excuse me, Image. Some hot books, in my opinion. Hack/Resurrection number 2 is out this week from Image. As well as Kill or Be Killed 14. Spawn 280, which I reviewed. So if you haven't read it yet, please jump over to the OutrightGeekery.com website or our Facebook page and check out that review. There is another book that I reviewed, and I'm psyched with this because it's Sword of Ages from IDW, and I wrote my review and I loved it. Gabriel Rodriguez from Lock and Key wrote, created, and did the art in this book. And the book is beautiful. But what I'm excited about is the fact that IDW quoted me from the review I wrote right here on Outright Geekery. And they tweeted it out. And thank you, Ryan and Henry, for making me aware of that. I am like so beyond, I'm all. Woo. They quoted me, and the quote was, "This is fantasy storytelling at its best, not to mention Gabriel's art knocks this one out of the galaxy. It truly does." That's what they quoted me from the review. I gave this a 10 out of 10, so I gave it 5 stars in 4 categories across the board. It's not a more perfect book that you could read. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.